Chapter 5, Mishnah 1. This chapter discusses which utensils may be used to hold mechatas, or ashes of the paraduma. Only a tahor utensil may be used for these purposes. This Mishnah discusses a person who buys an earthenware utensil from a potter who is an Amma Arts, plural Amea Arts, a person who is not careful with the laws of Tuma and Tahara. The rabbis decreed that everything such a person touches must be considered tameh. Moreover, he is not trusted about matters of Tuma. Thus, even if he claims that he guarded a utensil and made sure that it remained tahor, he is not believed. Our Mishnah discusses what steps the buyer, who is a chaver, a person who is careful about matters of Tuma, must take to ensure that the earthenware utensil is fit to use for the paraduma. One who goes to a potter who is an Amma Aretz to take a new earthenware utensil to use for the chatas, i.e. paraduma, must first immerse in a mikveh, as is required before anyone, even a person who is tahor, touches anything involved with the paraduma. And he must spend the night at the potter's kiln where the utensil is baked, to ensure that the Amma Arts does not touch the utensil from when it is put in the kiln until it is taken out. Another opinion. Rabbi Yehuda says the buyer may take the utensil even from the potter's house, and it is acceptable for paraduma use. He does not need to guard it while it is in the kiln, but he may buy it from the potter after it is fully made, as long as the potter testifies that the utensil is tahor, because all people are trusted with regard to the chatas. Although an Amma Arts is generally not trusted for matters of Tuma and Tara, he is trusted with regard to the paraduma. If he testifies that a utensil is tahor for the paraduma, the utensil may be used. The Mishnah compares the above law with that of a person who buys the utensil to use with terumah, which must be kept in a state of tahara and thus requires a tahara utensil. However, when a person buys the utensil to use for terumah, he may open the kiln and take the utensil. Everyone agrees that he does not need to guard the kiln. With regard to terumah, we are not as stringent as we are for matters involving the paraduma, and the buyer may assume that the Amma Arts did not touch the utensils in the kiln. The Mishnah cites two Tanaim who hold that if the Amma Arts had previously opened the door of the kiln to remove utensils, the buyer may not take just any utensil to use with terumah. Rabbi Shimon says if the potter had opened the kiln and removed some of the utensils, the buyer may take a utensil only from the second row of utensils in the kiln. He may not take a utensil from the top row, since the potter might have touched those utensils when he opened the kiln. However, the utensils in the second row are tahor for use with terumah, because it is unlikely that the potter touched them. Rabbi Yossi says the buyer may take a utensil only from the third row, because the potter might have touched the utensils in the second row as well as those in the top row.